Welcome again to our recorded discussion. We are still in ACBP 100 and our topic is on marketing side. So let us first recall what is marketing. So when you go back to our previous discussion and our recorded discussion, um, we know we define marketing, right? So it was an activity which is identifying and meeting human and social needs. So it is more on meeting needs profitably. Okay. So Philip Kotler, also a pioneer in marketing, defined marketing as a social and managerial process by which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating and exchanging product and value with others. So furthermore, under American Marketing Association, they define marketing as an organizational function and a set of processes for creating, communicating, and delivering value to customers and for managing customer relationship in ways that benefit the organization and its stakeholders. And then there are these on other marketing management also. It was defined an art and a science of choosing target markets and getting keeping and growing customers through creating, delivering, and communicating superior customer values. So in our previous objective, we talk about marketing which will satisfy the needs and wants and demands of consumers and business, as well as to provide value and quality and satisfaction. We also define the four P's of marketing, which is the product, the price, the place or the distribution channel, and the promotion. Okay, now let us uh, look on what are the things to be marketed. We know that we can market any kind of products or services. So it could be goods like cars, machines, watches, cosmetics, etc. It could be also services like restaurants, accounting, um, what else? Consultation, bookkeeping, etc. And it could be also events like Olympics, concerts, mm, mm, opera, or what. It could be also experiences like amusement park, water park, and it could be persons like celebrity marketing and real properties. And it could be also on marketing on the ideas like AIDS awareness, discouragement of smoking, and so on. But there are failed marketing ads, no? We know that we need marketing because we want to promote our product, we want to promote our services, we want to look on our new customer and boost our sales. But not all marketing ads are successful. So there are failed marketing ads. So one of these is this is mentioned on bloguseproof.com. So there are marketing fails there. So one is on the Department of Education. It's on America, no? Sa America ni siya. So the caption there is spelling really does matter. So we know that typos happen, but every marketer has made a few grammar along the way, and occasional slip up is forgivable, no? Just like the um, KFC, they also misspell the KFC. They put FCK. So if you will look on the face on the YouTube, you can know the story about that. It's one of the failed marketing ads of KFC kasi nagkamali sila. So ito namang ad na ito, this is on the Department of Education. They misspell, they misspell the name of the famous historian and civil rights activist, which is Webb Du Bois. And of course, the Twitter responses was ruthless. And then, to make matters worse, they tweeted an apology, but they misspelled the word apologies. Okay, so the lesson there is you need always to edit your work, and then whenever possible merong proofreading, no, on your marketing ads and campaigns before they go live, just to avoid simple fails, no, because it is really a disaster on your part, especially you are part of the Department of Education, diba? But you know the grammar, you know the spelling because you are in the education field. So that is one mention, no, nga, failed marketing ads. We have another one, which is the American Airlines. So their ads is on free first class travel. There's a one-time fee for unlimited first class air travel. Diba? It's a really nice boost or nice campaign. So if you will, on the part of the customer, so if I am the customer, I will go for this one-time fee for unlimited first class. Imagine first class air travel. But they learned the hard way because they only look on short-term thinking, no? Which resulted in long-term problems because in 1981, they introduced this um, American Airlines, no? This is an air pass offering unlimited first class flights. And then there is a flat rate of 250,000 USD dollar. So they were strapped for cash because they hope that they can raise millions, no, during the time of record on high interest rates. But the problem, the people who purchase and use this process have more than this is, just take note, this is unlimited first class air travel for a lifetime. So who made the investment in 2007, but the air pass holders, they are taking 1,000 of free flights every year, which cost the company millions in lost sales because of that marketing campaigns. Okay, so let's look on its field. So American Airline response was to launch an investigation into these frequent flyers and revoke their passes, resulting in outrage and lawsuits. Because take note, if you will look on the card, this is unlimited air pass, now for a lifetime, valid through a lifetime. So they claim that they can cater to the demands of their customers na there is a lifetime free air pass and the cost of how much, $250,000. But because they want to get some money, cash, of course the customers tend to buy it, and then the abuse, no, they got more travel along the way, and then they lost, of course, no, the American airline lost some sales because of that particular event. And so their response, they investigate, and then they revoke the process. Of course, if I am the customer, so I will file lawsuits because they really claim that this um, unlimited travel, no. So suddenly, a marketing campaign meant to build airline loyalty became a one-way system. That's a no-no in the business world. So successful companies treat their customers as they want to be treated, which is why loyalty and reward programs succeed so often. They return the favor, so to speak. So instead of offering the golden ticket of airline passes, American could have simply doubled frequent flyer miles or offered more sustainable incentives for their loyalty program. So Americans' interest in making a quick buck backfired and wound up alienating long-time customers, not to mention the huge loss in profits from all the free flights given to a air pass holder. Diba? Because they cannot sustain it, no? They lost many sales that on that free air pass. Okay? So the lessons there, although this is short term and one-sided thinking, this is a recipe for a bad marketing campaign. So if you're offering an incentive to your customer, okay, you need to set reasonable boundaries so both sides can benefit. But make sure you are prepared to deliver on your promise because your promise, right? But because of that also, katong nga campaign, na build up yung loyalty program, no? Na mayroong mga flyers o mayroong mga flyer miles, no? Bibigay ng mga points. Okay. Another one is the Coca-Cola. When Coca-Cola changed their formula. Okay? So, we know that Coca-Cola has war against its competitor, Pepsi. Okay? And Pepsi played a smart ad campaign in 1975 here in our video here. Okay? Demonstrating how confused they were of Coke because the Coke changed their formula. No? At first, people like the sweeter version of that Coke because of the 200,000 taste test, and they received glowing reviews. But um, there are not all are satisfied with that because they want the or some of the customers also like the original formula of that Coke. Okay, so um, so Pepsi Cola, which is the competitor of Coke, in 1985, they have this Pepsi commercial. So if we will view it, so let's view on this. Na natin. Let's look on this view. How to replay it? Cannot replay. Okay. Why? Just look on the YouTube na lang, no? So it's really you mentioned talaga si Coke dito, no? They changed my Coke. And then the advertisement is more on Pepsi Cola. So it's really parang nadaot ang image ng Coca-Cola at that time. They risk their integrity on their brand. Okay? So the lesson there is when you have a product, no, just successful like Coca-Cola, you need to be cautious, no, about changing it. Say experimenting with new product is normal, but not at the expense of your core product, which build your business success. So maybe you can experiment on another new product. No, you have your core product, which is your brand, talaga your key player of your product, and then you want to add experiment a new product. So you need to venture on another brand. Ana na lang na siya dapat imong first product na which is very successful already in the market, i-retain mo na lang yan, no? And then maggawa ka ng other product like Coke Light, like that, no? So they learn a lesson on it. Ano pa? Yung zero Coke, no? Yung less sugar, like that. So pwede. Pero yung original product mo as is na yun, wag mo nang siyang i-change. Okay. Ayan. O, nag-play pala. So, let's listen to the video and how it really affect, no? I don't know if you can view the, see? There are 3 people there. Okay. They changed their Coke down. And then they introduced Pepsi. See? Okay, so there's a lesson. You need to be cautious about changing your product. So if you want to experiment a new product, so it's from its normal, so ano na lang, wag mo nang palitan yung core product mo. Maggawa ka ng another line of product. Another blunder in marketing ad campaign is the Pepsi ad, of Kendall Jenner. There is an ad outrage there. So this happened in 2017 when the soda giant released an ad which depicted TV star and model Kendall Jenner joining a street protest and seemingly diffusing tensions between protesters and police by handling a police officer a Pepsi. So the ad sparked a firestorm of anger and outrage because people felt trivialized important topics like racism, police violence, and Black Lives Matter. Because it so happened that this picture, merong isang picture din na kinulong yung black person, no? Ito hindi siya nakulong, parang ganun. So ang lesson talaga dito is um, modern companies, okay, although you try to connect with the important cause, your cause here is peace, di ba? Just drink a piece of Pepsi to cool you down, but they failed their cause, their campaign, because the hot issues na yung racism natin, no? Mga black and the white. So many ad campaigns have failed because they take advantage of important social issues or politically charged news events to try to sell their products. So wag wag i-mingle, no, yung mga political issues with your campaigns. Marami talagang mag-protest on it. Another is in Colgate. Okay, they want to diversify their product and they are introducing frozen diners, no? Colgate frozen diners. But Colgate is very popular in making toothpaste, diba? And they are making frozen diners. So their flagship product is really toothpaste. So people cannot associate tasty food with the brand they had. And then because this is more on bathroom medicine cabinet daw itong toothpaste na ito, no? So the lesson there is Colgate could just simply stuck with making people smile brighter, or just Colgate should focus on what they are good at, no? Kasi if they're branching out in a totally new direction, so it would separate their branding and marketing for the different product, no? So kaya naging unsuccessful yun siya. Okay, but we know that there are also companies that diversified, no? Like what happened to PepsiCo, di ba? PepsiCo is also diversifying their product. Okay? But not on Colgate. Gusto ng Colgate na mag-diversify, pero hindi naging successful because kaya nga, based on the perceptions of the people, they cannot associate the tasty food with the brand that Colgate dili nila makuha yung idea, no? Nasa kabilang direction si Colgate. Next is Sony, which is white versus black PSP ad. So this is a famously failed advertising campaign in 2006 because Sony celebrated and released their new white PSP device with giant billboards, but these billboards were a giant mistake. So if you will look on the picture, so it entices racism, no? White powered the black people. So it's talaga parang kuan nga issues, no? So the lessons there is, remember, when you're being artistic in your marketing campaigns, other people may interpret your message differently. So some would be it is positive, but there are also negative, no? So you need to respond quickly, and of course you need to understand with humility. Kaya yun, pangit siya, no? So titingnan talaga ano ba yung social aspect, no, on your marketing campaigns. Another is Starbucks, no? Their ads on collapse into cool. No? So this is a picture of Starbucks. This is their marketing campaign. There are two ice cold frosty Starbucks drinks standing side by side in a field of grass, no? Surrounded by summertime and sick. There is an NC. Above the image, there is a caption, collapse into cool. So if you will look on it, so parang masabi na, oh, nothing wrong. But because of Starbucks na merong na-exhibit siya na not so cool behavior, no? When they charge EMT worker $130 for water following the collapse of the WTC towers on the World Trade Tower, no? On September 11. So they charge $130, you imagine? So they are not sensitive to what happened, no? So it seems the bad press followed them. So the collapse into cool campaign, take note, collapse into cool campaign, parang this is Twin Tower, di ba? This is the sensitive sa nangyari. Okay? So the lesson there is it could be misinterpreted by people, no? So ang ano lang talaga, is be sensitive to your customers, look on the culture, look on the current events when you create your marketing message. So before you will show your campaign to the public, dapat meron pang mga discussions on it, no? To your trusted customer, itest mo na before you will go to public kasi we don't know, no? Ano yung mga first impressions with other people. Okay? Here, the gap issues, no? A gap in brain signals. So, if you look, this is the logo of Gap, and they want to change it to here. Okay? They want to have a fresh look on their logo. So, but it seems that our brain are hardwired, no, to react negatively to the sort of change, especially on sharp edges. So, wala siya naka-adapt ang ating eyes, no? So, the lesson there is when it comes to logo and graphic design of your marketing, you need to look, no, from the colors you use to the font to the text. How can it affect your customer perceptions on your business? So you carefully look on the visual element because of marketing campaigns really, no, can live or die. It could be trivial, no, to your choices. Uban pa ana, madaot na noon mo. Or dili na siya mailhan, no, because of nag-change ng logo. Pero si Apple nag-change man ng logo, no. Pero kini lang, no, i-change iba ang font, mag-iba ang kasi fake ni siya ana. Okay. So maraming titingnan. So what are the characteristics of good marketing campaign? At first, let's look on marketing research, no? So under the marketing concept, knowledge, understanding of customer needs, wants, and desires is very vital, no? You need to have a regular, systematic marketing research program, which is very required, no? To abreast to your market. You need to innovate. You need to have creativity to match the products and requirements of your customers. So, an up-to-date, adequate knowledge must be available. So, ito muna ang titingnan mo. What business are we really in? Anong business ba kayo? What do customer wants? How should we distribute our product? And how can we communicate most effectively with our customers? So, titingnan yan. And then before we go to your campaign. A good marketing campaign is customer-oriented, no? And merong proper planning. Okay? So when we say customer orientation, all business activities should be directed to satisfy your customer. So you need to emphasize on the needs, the wants of consumers, and dapat na sa right track, no? So all your decisions should be made on the basis of their impact on their customer. Because we know in business, we need to satisfy our customer. We need to add value to our customer. And this will guide our business. Okay? So, Marketing odd fail because there's no proper planning, no? So a marketing concept calls for goal-oriented approach to marketing. So merong dapat yung overall objective natin satisfy our customer. So with that goal and objective, dapat i-define talaga natin, no, precisely ano ba yung planning natin, ano ba yung goal natin, and then we'll conduct some planning, no? I-inject natin yung philosophy of consumer-oriented. And then, that's the time we will do our efforts in our organization. This is also an integrated marketing and customer satisfaction. No? When we say integrated marketing, once the organizational and departmental goals are formulated, dapat merong harmony. No? It could be, there is an harmonize the organizational goals with the goals of your individuals working in the organization. Dapat walang goal conflict. Lahat merong goal congruence, no? So the activities and operation of various organizational units should be properly coordinated to achieve the defined objectives. Okay, you need to develop your marketing mix, no? Accomplish the desired goal through the satisfaction of customer, which is the overall. Ito talaga yung goal talaga natin. We want to satisfy our customer in order for us to maximize our profit in the long run through satisfying our customer wants. So these are the core marketing concepts. No? You have the needs, the wants, the demand, the products. You have also utility, exchange, transaction, a transfer, relationship and network, then marketing, marketers, and prospect. Okay, so let's go with this. A market, marketing, marketer, and prospects. A market consists of potential customers sharing a particular need or want who might be willing and able to engage in exchange to satisfy these needs. Okay? So, ma-interchange nato ni what is market, what is marketing, ano yung marketer, ano yung prospects. So, ang market may potential customer. Ano ba yung marketing? It's a process, no? Social and managerial process by which individuals and groups obtain what they need and want through creating and exchanging product and values with the others. Okay? How about the marketer? Ito yung who seeks one or more prospects, no? Yung nag-advertise mo ng marketer, tao ni siya. Okay? Prospect, ito yung hinahanap natin, no? Someone to whom the marketer identifies potentially willing, no? And able to engage in the exchange. So from your prospect or leads, magiging customer na nimo. Okay. So again, there is also relationship and network in marketing. So we need to give importance, no, to relation building. Kasi marketing practice is based on relation building, no? There is a relationship marketing. So when we say relationship marketing, it's the practice of building long-term, profitable, or satisfying relationships with key parties like customers, suppliers, distributors, and others in order to retain their long-term preference in business. Kasi we know in business, di ba? One of the characteristic of business is kaya nga nag-business tayo kasi we want to have profit and kailangan siya ma-survive, no? So it's long term. And a smart marketer tries to build a long-term, trusting, and win-win relations with, of course, with valued customers, distributors, and suppliers. So, say this needs, no? Relationship marketing needs trust, commitment, ano pa? Cooperation, high degree of understanding. Okay? So, it results in economical, technical, social, cultural tie among the partners. So, marketing managers usually is responsible, no, for establishing and maintaining long-term relationship with the parties included in the business. So, dapat meron siyang network of these partners, no? So, ano ba yung network natin? The network consists of the stakeholders. As I mentioned kanina, merong suppliers, customers, distributors, no? And even advertising agencies masali, universities and others. Okay? Kailangan i-maintain natin yan. So, network is the ultimate outcome of relationship marketing. And a good network of relationship will result into excelling the marketing performance over time. Ayan. Okay, so, and it also help the success of your business. Next, exchanges, transactions, and transfer. Exchange is the center of marketing, okay? Because we want to arrive at the desired exchange. We give product or we sell the product or we sell the services because in exchange of it, the customer will give us cash, diba? That is the major exchange of transactions. So people can satisfy their needs and wants in 4 ways. So, self-production, coercion, snatching, begging, or exchanging. Diba? Pero usually, exchange is the major, it's the center of marketing. So you can obtain your desired product from someone, of course, with the offering, you need to offer money. Okay? So marketing emerge only when people want to satisfy their needs and wants through exchange. So exchange is an act, yeah? Ito na. Desired product from someone by offering something in return. It could be obtaining sweet by paying money. It's an example of exchange. So, muna siya ang mga part of marketing, no? Ito yung mga areas. There is an exchange, there is transaction, and there is also transfer, of course, of ownership kung nabenta na ang product or services. Okay, marketing also, merong value, cost, and satisfaction. Utility or value. Okay? It means overall capacity of product to satisfy the needs and wants. It is the guiding concept to choose the product. So we know every product has a varying degree of utility, no? And the product can be ranked from the most need satisfying to the least need. Okay? Utility is the consumer estimate of the product's overall capacity to satisfy her needs. Buyer purchase such a product which has more utility. Okay? It is the strength of product to satisfy a particular need. This is called preference, no? Anong preference ng buyer over the particular product? It's the strength, no? To satisfy the needs of the product. Could be the brand. Ano ba yung particular brand na gusto ng customer? Or it could be even the price can also affect the utility of the product. Okay, cost means the price of the product. It is the economic value of the product. Okay, the charge a customer has to pay to avail services can be said as cost. So, the utility of product is compared with cost that he has to pay. He will select a product that can offer more utility, more value. We say utility, more value for a certain price. So, he can maximize the value. That is the utility of product per peso. So, of course, it could be, pwede din, no? Ma-associate natin si utility with satisfaction. Kasi satisfaction means fulfillment of needs. No? It's the value of the product. So, its satisfaction is possible when buyer perceives that product has more value compared to the cost paid. So, it is closely concerned with the fulfillment of the expectation of the buyer. So, although there is a tension, no, between satisfaction and mga unmet na needs, no? So when you compare, okay, I will write it here. When you compare utility, take note, utility is equivalent to value. Utility is value. And then you compare it to the cost. No? So if greater ang value compared to the cost, it means more satisfaction. Diba? Kasi na-fulfill yung needs and then ang cost is lesser compared to the value. So more satisfaction. Okay? But it depends upon the preference of the buyer kasi meron namang iba nga they are really satisfied when the cost is higher because they want to maintain their status in the public. Okay, but meron din iba na mag-focus on the quality. So, depende na how satisfies the customer. And you can measure it through utility. Now, let's go to product. Product can also be referred as a bundle of satisfaction. So, it could be physical and psychological both. Okay? Product includes core product, no? The basic content or utility. And it could be product-related features, the color, the branding, the packaging, the labeling, varieties, etc. And product-related services, the after-sales services, mga warranties, guarantee, the free home delivery, these are after sales, free repairing, and so on. Okay? So product could be tangible, and it could be intangible, like services. So you need to consider the product benefits and services instead of the product itself. So marketer can satisfy the needs and the wants of the target consumers by product. So it could be anything that can be offered to someone just to satisfy the needs and the wants. Okay? But there are cases na mas importante ang services rendered by the product. Ano kaya yun, no? So, let's say, example here, people are not interested just owning or possessing the product, but the services rendered by them. So, for example, we buy a pen because mayroon siyang writing services. Ganun. Okay? Or similarly, we do not buy a car but transportation service. So, it's more on the services bought by that tangible product. Yun ang ating binili. No? As per definition, anything which can satisfy the needs and want can be a product. Okay? It could be physical or it could be intangible. No? Ang sabi dito, just owning the product is not enough. No? The product must serve our needs and wants. Kung mayroong physical product like vehicle, ang di-offer na services to us. Okay? So, kayo ba, bumili ba kayo ng product because of the product itself or the services that the product gives to you? Ano sa tingin ninyo? Kung bumili ka ng food, ano ba yung services ng food? Just to satisfy our taste, no? Satisfy our hunger. So, ayun. Why you buy laptops? Because you want the services brought by having a laptop kasi you can type, you can have the online class, no? So it's more on the services brought by that product, no? It satisfy our needs and our wants. So if that product will not satisfy our needs and our wants, we will not be satisfied in that particular time. Next, demand. Demand is the want for specific products that are backed up by the ability and willingness, maybe readiness to buy them. It is always expressed in relation to time. All wants are not transmitted in demand. Okay, sabi dito, all wants are not transmitted in demand. Such wants which are supported by ability and willingness to buy can turn as demand. Kasi all wants, di ba? Ang wants, dili man gud na siya necessary. So, hindi talaga demand. At katong needs, mayroong talagang demand sa needs. But when it comes to wants, magiging demand lang yan if you have the ability, if you have the money, and you have the willingness to buy it. Magiging demand mo na yan. Marketer tries to influence demand by making the product attractive, affordable, and easily available. Okay, so the marketing management concerns with managing quantum and the timing of demand. Okay, so that is demand management. Hahanap ng demand. Okay? Yun. Kasi hindi man need, so hahanapin natin, dapat merong demand. magiging want yan ng consumer. So, advertise. More on advertisement nga. Para merong desire yung customer na, I really need it. I really need that iPhone. I really desire it. I have the ability and I have the willingness to buy it. So, it can already turn into a demand. Okay, although it's not really our needs, no? Kasi we can buy an alternative product, no? We have, pwede naman tayo mag-buy ng mga PC or sa pa, or mga Android. But because of maybe campaigns, advertising, and makakreate na meron na tayong demand na really like that particular product. So, demand management na yan, no? They will make it attractive, make it, of course, affordable sana, no? And easily available. Okay. Wants are the option to satisfy a specific need. They are desire for specific satisfiers to meet specific needs. So, for example, food is a need that can be satisfied by a variety of ways, such as sweet, bread, rice, etc. These options are known as wants. In fact, every need can be satisfied by using different options. Then we have also maximum satisfaction of consumer needs. No, depends upon availability of better options. So, needs are limited, but wants are many. For every needs, there are many wants. A marketer can influence the wants, not the needs. So he concentrates on creating and satisfying the wants. So the features, the color, and even the price. So, para ma-satisfy yung wants ng consumers. Needs is for existence. Existence of unmet needs is precondition to undertake marketing activities. So marketing tries to satisfy the needs of consumers. Human needs are the state of felt deprivation of some basic satisfaction. A need is the state of mind that reflects the lackness and restlessness situations. So needs are physiological in nature. Kasi we need food, we need shelter, clothing, esteem, belonging, likewise. And needs are not created, no? They are pre-existed in human being. Unlike the wants, no? Needs create physiological tension that can be released by consuming or using the products. They are physiological in nature. Remember the hierarchy of needs, no? Katong previous lessons natin. Meron tayong needs of food, meron tayong needs of shelter, clothing, esteem, belonging, and etc. So, dapat masatisfy natin yun. Okay? So, ang high level, katong ng, kung meron pa tayong other options, kung meron pa tayong extra money, so we can go to our wants, no? Pwede na sa wants. Pero dapat isatisfy muna ang needs before si wants. That is, we called it, ano yan, financial awareness, no? Dapat aware tayo, no, sa ating mga finances. Dapat isatisfy muna si needs before si wants. And then, if we have already your extra money, so you go to your wants. So, what is the function of marketing? Marketing is not something to be done just by the marketing department. The real task of doing marketing is delivering benefits to meet customer present and future needs. So it's part of everyone's job. So these are the following tasks in marketing. So setting marketing objectives, developing and implementing strategic marketing plans, market and environmental analysis, conduct market research, design the appropriate mix, the service product itself, the pricing policy, the promotion and advertising, the distribution system, the people customer service and marketing training delivery process, and designing the service environment. Okay? Even ourselves, when we already graduated, no, here in the university, dapat you know how to market yourselves. So, dapat meron kang objectives. Ano ba yung objective mo in the future? And then you need to develop, strategize just to boost, no, your curriculum vitae, di ba? Kasi your marketing plan there is your CV and your biodata or resume. Dapat pagandahin, no? Put some Advertise your skills, advertise your ano pa, your experiences. Okay? But before that, you need to conduct research. Ano ba yung mga areas, saan ka nga areas nga papasok no in your job interview, no? Kasi maraming areas ng accounting, no? Meron tayong taxation areas, meron tayong public practice, meron tayong private sa mga commerce and industry. Meron naman din tayong academe and so on, and then we have lots of choices, lots of alternative. So you need to decide ano ba yung goal mo in the future. So part of ano na yan, marketing objectives, no? Okay? And you may promote. Okay? Kasi you are marketing your services. Pero kung product yun mismo, ibang usapan na rin yun. Pero the same pa rin yung concept, no? Concept in marketing aspect. No? There is objective, you implement strategic marketing plans, you scan the environment, conduct research, and meron lang tayong 4 P's, no? Product, price, tingnan mo yon. The pricing, promotion, your distribution, your people, customer service. So you look on it. That is everyone's job. Marketing is everyone's job, not only on the marketing department. These are the important functions of marketing management. We have selling, buying and assembling, transportation, storage, standardization and grading, financing, risk-taking. Of course, we have market information. So we will go in detail. So first is selling. Selling is a core of marketing. It is concerned with the prospective buyers to actually complete the purchase of an article. So it involves transfer of ownership of goods to the buyer. So it's very important, no, part in realizing an ultimate aim of earning profit. Okay? Selling is enhanced by means of personal selling, advertising, publicity, and sales promotion. Okay? And then, kailangan effective and efficient yung selling natin, no? Kasi the volume of your company's profit and profitability determine, no, your selling capacity. Ay, yung iba, merong mga sales representative, salesman, and meron silang mga quota. Okay? Para magiging profitable ang kanilang company. And then we have buying and assembling. Okay? It involves what to buy, of what quality, how much from whom, when, and at what price. So people in this business buy to increase sales or to decrease their cost. No? Then meron pang mga purchasing agents. No? They can influence the quality, the service, and the price. So you need to pay those purchasing agents like the sales rep. Okay? And it also talks about retailers, no? Titingnan yung needs and preferences of your customers. Kasi buying and assembling kasi ito. And for manufacturer, who buys raw materials, spare parts, machinery, to carrying out their production process and other related activity, tingnan din, no? Meron din tayong wholesaler, the one who buy products and sell them to the retailers. So, assembling means purchasing necessary components, no? Or parts to fit them together to make a product. So, meron tayong assembly line. Merong production line. Okay? Merong mga several parts and you need to assemble it. That's assembling. Si buying dali raman to, no? Kay you will buy some product. Quality tanaw ni mo. Assembling kay medyo heavy. So, you need to create a new product. Okay? So, you need to arrange workers. Merong pang machineries, no, for that particular job. Pass it to one worker and next until the product is finished. No? Maraming mga lines. So, merong mga chemical lines, fabrication lines, If it's a very complicated product na, no? Yung mga assembly lines. No? Ngayon, machine na, no? Ano, ng mga assembling of the product. Okay. Next important functions of marketing are transportation and storage. So when they say transportation, it is the physical means by which goods are moved from the place where they are produced to those places where they are needed for consumption. And of course, it also creates utility, place utility. Okay, so transportation is essential from the procurement of raw materials to the delivery of finished products until to the customer places. So mainly, marketing relies on railroads, trucks, waterways, pipelines, air transport. Okay, so the type of transportation is chosen on several considerations such as suitability, speed, and cost. So transportation may be performed either by the buyer or by the seller. So we have the freight, FOB destination and FOB shipping point, and we have also freight collect and also freight prepaid. And now, which is very popular nowadays, the cash on delivery. So the nature and kind of transportation facilities determine the extent of the marketing area, the regularity in supply, uniform price maintenance, and easy access to the supplier or seller. Okay? So it's one of the important functions. So dapat you know what kind of transportation is suitable for your business. And of course, you don't need to sacrifice the quality or the quality of service versus the cost. So you will look on the cost of transportation. Okay. Next is storage. Storage involves holding of goods in proper, usable, or saleable condition from the time they are produced until they are needed by the customer. So in case of finished products or by the production department, and in case of raw materials and stores for the storing protects the goods from deterioration and helps in carrying over surplus for future consumption or use in productions. So goods may be stored in various warehouses situated at different places. That is very popularly known as warehousing. So warehouses should be situated at such places from where the distribution of goods may be easier and cheaper. So the situation of warehouses is very important also, no, from the view of prompt feeding of emergency demands. So, storing assumes importance when production is regional or consumption may be regional. Okay, and then we have also some retail firms which is called store. So you just put it in the store. So storage is very important since if you store enough inventory, so you can cater to the demand of your customers. And it will also very costly, especially if you are renting a warehouse now. So you need to consider this storage type, storage area of your product. Next is standardization and grading. These are the other activities that facilitate marketing, no? The standardization and the grading system. So when we say standardization, it means establishment of certain standards or specification for product based on intrinsic physical qualities of any commodity. So some companies will go for accreditation of the standardization accreditation like ISO. What else? In the University of Mindanao, we have also several accreditation just to standardize our services. Um, this may involve quantity also, the weight or the size. Or what is the standard weight? What is the standard size? It may involve quality, the color, the shape, the appearance, the material, the taste, sweetness, etc. Government may also set some standard, for example, in the case of agricultural products. So when we say standard yan, so this conveys uniformity of the product. Okay, and some also will hire, quality assurance or quality assurance officers just to monitor whether the standard of a certain product is achieved, throughout the process. Then we have also financing. Financing involves the use of capital to meet financial requirements of agencies dealing with various activities of marketing. The service to this service provide the credit and money needed, the cost of getting merchandise into the hands of the final user, which is commonly referred to as finance function in marketing. So in marketing, finances are needed, of course, for working capital and fixed capital, which may be secured from three sources: from own capital, from your own pocket, from the bank loans, and advance and trade credit, provided by manufacturers to wholesaler and by the wholesaler to the retailers. In other words, there are various kinds of finances. There are short-term, there are medium-term, and we have also long-term finance. Next, risk-taking. So it's also very important, no? Risk means loss due to some unforeseen circumstances in the future. So, risk-bearing in marketing refers to the financial risk interest in the ownership of goods held for unanticipated demand, including the possible losses due to a fall in prices and the losses from spoilage, depreciation, what else, obsolescence, fire, floods, or any other loss that may occur with the passage of time. So from production of goods to its selling stage, so there are many risks now involved due to changes in market condition. We have natural causes and human factors. So change, it may also change in fashion or invention, which of course this is also risk, no? And we have also legislative measures of government may also cause risk, no? What else? Risk and the course of transportation. So there are many factors involved in risk considerations. So they may also be due to decay, deterioration, accidents, or due to the fluctuations in the price caused by changes in their supply and demand. So the various risks are usually termed as place risk, time risk, physical risk, etc. Again, you need to consider this, no? The unforeseen risk, and also there must be a contingency plan when the risks happen, no? So maybe the owner will venture on insurance just to compensate the risk on unforeseen circumstances in the future. Next, market information. The importance of this facilitating function of marketing has been recognized only recently, no? So, when I say sound marketing decisions, it is based on correct and timely market information. So, we need to look on right facts, information, because if we have the right facts and information, it will reduce the risk mentioned earlier, no? And of course, it will result in reduction of costs. So, we have modern marketing today, so it requires a lot of information adequately, accurately, and speedily. So marketing information makes a seller know when to sell, what price to sell, who are the competitors, etc. So it's also looking on the proper analysis, no, for marketing research, which has now become an independent branch of marketing. So business firms collect, analyze, and interpret facts and information from internal sources such as records, the salespeople, the findings of the marketing research and department. They also seek facts and information from external sources such as business publications, government reports, and commercial research firms. And for retailers, they need to know about sources of supply and also about customers. So what are the buying motives and the buying habits of the customers. And then for the manufacturers, they also need to know about the retailers, about the advertising media. So everybody, in the business section or in the business, if you are venturing in business, so you need to know the facts about your stakeholders, your customers, even your suppliers. So it's very important, really, so you need the information of your competitor activities about their markets. So um, for consumers, so you need the information about the availability of products, their quality standards, their prices, and also about the after-sale facility. So there are many sources of consumers information like salesperson, media advertisement, colleagues, and etc. So this is very important. If you have the right information, if you introduce your product and then you communicate it to your users, so eventually it will give you more sales, no? More sales, more income. Bear in mind that the only constant in this world is change. So we need to keep pace now with these challenges and changes in the world. So especially now we are in the pandemic, so we need to uh, innovate, no, uh, just to respond to this particular change. So some people will have product variable decisions, and other related activities. So they need to decide whether to change their product, to update their product, to create new product, just to address the needs of their customers and wants. So it's very important activities. And then marketing will help us, no? It will drive the consumer economy, promote the goods and services, and target your customers, especially your buyers. So if you have marketing campaigns, marketing ads, it will generate higher sales for business, employ successful marketing strategies, which translate into expansion, job creation, higher tax revenue for governments, and eventually overall economic growth. So in addition, the marketing industry itself create jobs and wealth as business seek new and innovative ways to promote themselves and their product. So of course we have consumer demands now for marketing in new venues such as cell phones, which creates new branches of the marketing industry and further growth. So marketing is very important for the welfare of society because it helps the growth, no, properly growth properly society and the society's people. It will also give power, it will give strength to the economy for society improvement. So these are the important aspect of marketing. You can trace it with the following: adjusting the supply with demand, proper distribution, creating utility, research and development, consuming and produced product, facilitating large-scale production, employment, availability of product, developing foreign trade, consumer satisfaction, and improving standard of living. So that's all for today. So thank you, and please answer all your activities. Good luck.